Good evening, everyone. Sensei Kevlar. Going to look at some more charts today. First one that I had requested was Bitcoin Cash, one of my personal favorites. I really do like Bitcoin Cash for a lot of reasons. Let's pull up a fresh chart here. Let's not even look at the future yet. Let's just look at the past for just 1 second, because we're still doing trend lines. This is wax on, wax off. This is sand the floor. We're going to keep doing trend lines until we can see trend lines without drawing trend lines, right? So can we see some obvious trend lines in the 4-hour chart? I think so. We'll take this horizontal ray, and I'm going to actually use the horizontal ray tool this time because this is a brand new market. This started when we airdropped to Bitcoin. And I like to use the close. You can use the open. I like to use the close. You can use the high, whatever. I don't care. We're on a 4-hour chart. We've got a great support. We got a great resistance level that very clearly showed itself right here. This is very obviously a very clear support level that we can expect will probably be, respected again, or at some time later turn into. Or sorry, this is resistance. We can expect this will later turn into support for us at some time in the future. So now let's bring in the future a little bit more. Well, we never did quite reach that one again. Instead, what happened is we just had this nasty sell-off. So what happened here is we had the airdrop occurred, and then everybody got their coins onto the exchange, and everybody sold, and it came up and it made this first peak right here. Then this first peak right here was correlated again. And then we really found our first market bottom. If you see, this market bottom was tested twice. So again, I'm going to use the horizontal ray because that was the first time we had a double test of a bottom on this market. It's a brand new market. I love brand new markets. They're really fun to analyze. Okay. So what happened here? We went down, came back up. Yeah, sure enough, formed a new top, did a double test of the top, came back down, did not respect this, decided that we liked this at a better price right here, and what happened? Volume came in. Was this a valid buy signal? Yeah. Were we really close to the resistance? Or, sorry, were we really close to the support? Absolutely. Sorry, let me just mute everyone here. Or if everyone could mute themselves, that would be great. I think some new people just came in and are not muted yet. Sorry, I usually mute everyone through a setting, and I just forgot tonight because I got started early. So here we found a valid buy signal on this really nice green bar right here, coming off the trend line. Could we have determined that this was a place where the market liked us? Absolutely. Let's find it back here, right here. It came down and it did a bounce, came back up right here, only to come back down. So could we have determined that this was actually the true price and this was a false bottom? Yeah. A little bit more analysis here would have revealed that because we've got a nice green candle to tell us that this was a bounce, and then we came off, and then this price was denied. The market did not like this price. It bought it back up. Okay. Now, moving forward, we had this lovely, yet all the way back up here, and we formed a new top. Let's take the new top, bring it on over, and we form a new bottom. We're moving into a sideways channel. Clearly, this is a sideways channel, and we can see where our previous line came from. Look at this. Is this a valid buy signal? I believe so. We have a nice spike on green coming off of this right here, right? Coming off of this support line, what previously was a resistance line has turned into a support line. Volume has come into the market. This is a valid buy signal as far as these indicators are telling us, okay? This is, so far, all that we know, but what we can do is we can absolutely bring in some more trend lines on this. Take this trend line right here. Here's a trend line right here that we're seeing. Are we seeing narrowing? Are we seeing a trend line that is heavy on this side but is more resistive on this side? Yes, we are. This is another confirmation that we are in an accumulation pattern and that the whales have made all of their profit. And now, as we get into this real narrowness here, here's the profit taking right here. This is profit taking. This nasty leg right here. This right here is accumulation off the first bounce. Look at this bounce right here. Did whales think we were going to accumulate? Did they buy one position? Yeah. Did they buy more positions? Yeah, they did. Why? Because they're whales. And when you have thousands and thousands and thousands or hundreds or millions of Bitcoins in your wallet, you can do this too. You can sit here and buy all day long, okay? Buy up the market if you want to. But when we're talking about, a $100,000 portfolio or a $10,000 portfolio or $1 million portfolio, we're going to start with one position. And then we're going to find another opportunity, and we're going to double up where? Well, right here. This is the double up period right here. Double up, triple up. This is an easy triple up right here, right? Where does triple up put us? Well, if this is the halfway zone between this leg and this leg, this is the halfway zone. That would be a double up right there. Let's make it a triple up. It's another third. We are profitable on this leg right up to here. And this is profit all day long, right? So this is where we can bring in additional strategies if we want to hang on for more, okay? But using our strategy, we can go back to zero at this point. Using a 50-50 strategy, we can just go back to zero. We don't have to hang on. We can this is day trading. This is how we day trade. This is how we, if you want to do long term, fine. Profit for long, plan for long-term profitability. Plan the trade, trade the plan. If you want short-term profitability, if you want to be aggressive, this is aggressive right here. Okay, let's move on to the next chart here. Can someone put the next chart that? If everybody could please mute themselves, that would be great. I don't want to mute me. Digibyte and OMG. I love OMG. Let's do OMG first, right? BTC. All right. I still have people who are not muted. If you could please mute yourself, I'd appreciate it. Wow, man, check this guy out. He's on a tear. First resistance point. Actually, this is a brand new market. Let's not do that, all right? Horizontal ray. First resistance point. Did this occur again? It did. But then we formed a new bottom. Formed a new bottom, right? Respected the bottom, came off the bottom, respected the top. Here was another valid buy signal. Here we formed a new bottom, right here. On this, green spike right here where we pushed it back up. Said, nope, this price is denied. Okay. Came to the top. Now, what happened? We broke through. We finally broke through the resistance, all right? So what happens next? It's pretty obvious to me. Goes like this. Comes back down. Okay. Now, what can happen at this point? Well, a couple of things. One thing is we can get a lower low, which forms a new trend. Okay. What's another thing that can happen? That can happen, certainly, right? As we get a nice bounce off of this, and then keep going to town. On into more profit land. Well, this is an easy one to trade. If we want to get into this market, and we really like this market because OmiSco is an interesting market to be into, this is a 50-50 coin right here, right? We want to take advantage of these motions up. This is easy to get into, right? We can just buy right here, start selling them out here, buy them back right here. Now you're profitable. You're unprofitable on this leg, but then you're positioning yourself for this leg, right? Because now you have stuff that you can be selling out to because, you went 50-50 on this, right? If you just buy right here, this is an easy leg to pull. If you buy right here and you come down again, Let's check that out. Let's plan for that to happen. Go 50-50 right here. Buy one position. Where do we buy in again? Here. Just do this over and over. Do this all day long, and this weekend you're going to be doing this, and tomorrow we're going to be doing this programmatically using more indicators, which is really fun. I really like it. DGB BTC. What a fantastic opportunity this is. Clearly, right? Okay. If you look at the long-term trend, let's look at the long-term trend. The very long-term trend. From here to here, right? The two lowest lows, and then extend it into the future. Okay? What we're looking at here is we're looking at normal accumulation in a positive direction. This market is a nice market. Then we had whales come in and do their stupid things. Well, could you have traded this? Yeah, absolutely. If you knew what you were doing, if you knew that you were here and that you had to 5x up right here in order to take advantage of this profit right here, right? Okay, could have been profitable, but then you really would have needed to go 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 more double ups in this market, and you're still not profitable. Maybe you got out here if you were really aggressive. Let's put some lines in those bottoms. Sure enough, it was respected there, it was respected there, it was respected there. Okay, so let's say you were a bag holder from up here. Would I have bought here? I probably would have waited. 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 Now I'm starting to see a sideways trend for the first time. Here, I got one and then a lower low, right? A higher high and then a lower low. Not very promising, right? Looks like it could break down. Here, I got 1, 2, 3, and it took off. Could I have bought right in here? Doubled up right in here? Tripled up right in here? Quadrupled up? 5x up? Take advantage of this? Absolutely, right? Go back to 0. We come down. Buy again. We're profitable. We come down. We buy again. We're still waiting to be profitable on this. But if this is your entry point, look at what happened. 1, 2, 3 times we bounced off the long-term trend line and on significant volume, really significant whale-style selling volume. Whales came in and bought again. This is whale-style selling. This is whale-style buying. This is where the market went no more and turned around and is going to go back up. Okay? Why? Because whales need to be profitable, and they're doing a whole bunch of accumulation, buy up the market, accumulation, buy up the market, accumulation, right? This one's really poised to take off. It's really a great coin, and it's really a great market, and I absolutely see the long-term trend working out on this. Is this a tough market to trade in these conditions? Yes. When this is happening, put on the brakes. Just wait. Wait until you see a sideways trend develop before you really start buying again, right? Because if you do that, then going 5x up, well, you're profitable right here. But if you're doubling, you're not really where you want to be, right? You're really down. You're really somewhere up here. But if you go from here to here and you just do 5x, well, you had your whole portfolio available to you this whole time. By remaining disciplined to the plan and bringing in more indicators from the one that we have available to us, we made ourselves more profitable. We freed up more of our portfolio. Instead of doubling up 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, we could have 4x'd up down here. Why? Because we knew better. We knew that this sideways trend actually meant something, that we finally saw a difference in the long-term trend here, right? Where this trend got broken. And sure enough, as soon as this trend got broken, this trend, which we take from the highest high to the lowest low of the peaks. Sorry, I'm still getting an echo from someone. If you guys could mute yourself, please. Somebody just moved their mic, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. The highest high, the lowest low. Look at 1, 2, 3 respects of this trend line right here. As soon as this trend line got broken, we had a breakout. Could we have used this signal plus this signal to keep us out of this market? Absolutely. This is a really strong signal that we can respect and tells us every time, right? After Digibyte, DNT. I'm not actually that familiar with DNT. We'll pull it up. Obviously, I'm typing something wrong. We'll keep going. Yeah, what's Coval? C-O-V-A-L. Coval. Oh, circuits of value. Okay, let's take a look. Fundamentals are going to be important on this coin because this coin has more of a history. You need to look at why this coin might be valuable long term, because the long term of this coin is not good. It has a general slump. It has a general disinterest. It's basically a pump and dump coin as far as I can tell at first glance. Now, that doesn't mean that that's really what it is. I'd have to go back and look at the fundamentals, but I'm not seeing anything terribly of interest that makes me go, oh, this is really cool. We do definitely have a couple market bottoms, but this looks like a very manipulated market. Very manipulated market. Very manipulated market, right? These are not really good markets to trade because you think it's going to, because here's what happens, is you think that, you think you're going to go up long term. Why? Because all your indicators tell you that you're going to go up long term. And, you're like, okay, I've actually got a spike off of this, and I've got a bunch of bottoms, and everything looks good to me. And, hey, I was right about that. Okay, right? I should probably get in some more because we've got, okay, now, let's say you weren't a bag holder from up here, right? Let's say that you had to simply double up here. When can you be profitable again? Well, maybe if you're running automation, you can be profitable here. Really not seeing a lot of opportunities. Maybe you can eke out a little bit of profit here. Oh, I'm sorry. This hurts. This is no good. I don't like this coin at all. I don't like this market at all. I think that this market is untradeable. I like markets with volatility because they go up, and after they go up, they go down. Okay, we are developing some more trends, but it's just a return to the norm. Afterwards, we're very much right back on where the trend line from before. If we were to take this and extend it out to here, we're really not that far off of the normal trend. I don't think it's that interesting. I think that this is whale manipulation, and I think we're probably just going to do a lot of this right here, right? Is we can expect to see that and a new higher high, or sorry, a new lower high, and then a new lower low, and then a new lower high, and then a new lower low, right? And I'd wait. I wouldn't buy this coin ever, to be honest with you. Moving on. Dash. Yeah, let's do Dash. I love Dash. Dash is great because you get to stake it if you buy $15,000 worth. Okay. I've already got my lines from the previous, looking at this, right? Previous opportunity here. Okay. Oh man, what a fantastic coin to be 50-50 in the market in right now. Look at this. Look at it come back down. Look at it break through this line right here, come back down, and look at the market ramp up again. Is this a tradable signal? Absolutely. Yeah, love it. Don't even have to think much about it. Let's move on. Quantum, Q-U-T-M, B-T-C. Yeah, fail. Would the person with the TV please turn their phone off? Or hit the mute? Thank you. Very technical market. Very interesting market. I like this market a lot. It definitely has a lot of potential. We are in a tradable zone, but you must trade carefully. Okay? Yes, this is a buy opportunity. Is this another one? It's a really small one. I'd be really careful with it. If we get a solid bounce off of here, sure. Okay? If this trend line continues to be respected, we can basically hold this for a long time. We can buy, we can get, a small position into this without going 50-50 and treat this as one of our entry coins that we want to start building up more of. And this is the point, is you don't go 50-50 on everything. You go 50-50 on one coin, and then you leverage yourself into other coins using smart trades. And then you leverage those other coins up and average out your portfolio. You balance, you buy down your portfolio, right? Again, there's that wonderful term. I love that term. You buy down your portfolio. Okay, so I had to move this trend line a little bit, but not a lot, because I think it is breaking it. I think we have seen, from this to here, we have seen that this trend is no longer being respected. We're now looking for a real solid bounce, and look at this. Look at the market come in and say, I don't think I want to go any lower. I love this coin. I think this has a real opportunity to go up from here. But I'd be very, 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 very careful with your entry. This is a one position entry. Every bit of the way. It is a new market. You do not have lots of points on it. You do have a head and shoulders forming, but the head and shoulders is off the ICO price. It's not really fair. Okay. We do have a long-term trend forming. Okay. This is a much safer buy entry point. Okay, can we expect it to do one of these? Sure, absolutely. Look for a higher high on the volume when you reach here as a much stronger entry signal. Okay, this is strength of signals, and I'm starting to now use signals as different weights, and I'm starting to assign different weights to them. And it's important to think about these in terms of, do I treat this as a +1, or do I treat it as a +2? If it's a really, really strong signal, if you can get 6 out of these, if you can go 1 trend line, 2 trend line, 3 trend line, 4 trend line, 5 trend line, you could turn this into a madman's fever dream, right? You can absolutely sit here and make, every single trend line, every single low and high a new trend, and you can get here into these crazy, and they have to, guess what? I just made a pitchfork, right? This is a pitchfork right here, is what this is we can come down off of this right here and make our pitchfork right here. I'm sorry, we need a modified pitchfork is what we need. Shift pitchfork, it's one of these guys. Yeah, it's a modified pitchfork. The idea is that this will basically, there it is. Okay, what I did is I came down from the top here, down to the bottom, and clicked, and then I'm coming back out to the top. Okay, and what is this doing? This is telling us our trading range automatically. I'm getting ahead of myself. These are predictive indicators. This is actually telling us where we're going to see our bounce. I don't think this is a very strong entry point anymore now that I bring in more indicators. I just got a -1. Okay, so by bringing in more indicators, I can contradict my other indicators. It's when we get back down to here. Look at this. This is a good entry point. This is a great double up point. I would trade this market very, very, very carefully. If you really were to do an entry here, I would be very prepared to do another entry here, another entry here, and another entry here if you really had to. Okay? If you really believe in the long-term longevity of this coin, because what we're talking about is yet another trend. Okay? Trade carefully on these. Plan for profitability, plan the trade, trade the plan, stick to your discipline, use position sizing, keep yourself safe, manage your portfolio correctly. Okay? This is really, really important. I cannot stress this enough. This is not a get-rich-quick coin. This is a trade very carefully coin. Okay? Could be. I'm not saying it's not. It could be, but I don't think it is. I'd be looking to make small entries and get in deeper and deeper as it goes down. This is Bitshares, and Bitshares, of course, has a long-term future. My problem with Bitshares is the fundamentals of it, because I don't like them. I think they focus too much on the crypto space, and we absolutely have seen a return to the norm, but this is a very careful entry point. I would caution that you're seeing a market with not a whole lot of volatility and ultimately a long downwards trend, and that's not good. I don't like it. I think that the market has been highly manipulated. Let's bring it out to a one-day chart because it's just not telling me enough. And if you look at this coin, it has done some interesting things in the past. We have absolutely seen a bounce off the bottom. Certainly. Do we have more room to run down? Oh, yes, we do. Trade this coin carefully. This is a market with lots of room to make you a bag holder all the way, okay? On the other hand, we certainly are seeing some good volume at the bottom. This certainly is a respected trend. If you look more carefully, this trend actually is longer than I initially thought, okay? So we are looking for a respect of this trend line right here, projected into the future. We're looking for a bounce off of here. We might have gotten a nice entry here off of this. This would have been a nice double up. This would be your next entry, though. Okay? I'm serious. Trade this one carefully because you need to be prepared for the reality that your next entry may be down here. Okay? Do not get into this market long term. If you find yourself finding profit in this market, take it. Take it every time. Because just at the moment, we are very much in a bear market. Okay? Now, we do see a change in trend. This is good. We do see solid volume coming in. This is good. We do see previous resistance lines becoming support lines. This is good. I think we're up to +3, right? Look at this line right here. It got respected. Look at this line right here. It got respected. I think we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And, -3 for the long term. I'd give this a -3 right here. This is a very uninteresting trend to trade. I want a coin that's doing this all the time. And that's why I trade the market cap top 10. XMR, LSK, we'll do them real quick. Yes. This one's easy. Are we doubling up right here? No. Absolutely not. Nope, we're going to skip it. Why? No volume. We can crash right on through on this one. No problem. This is an easy one to see. This is clearly a bottom. This is clearly not. There's a big difference between these nice humps on the Williams indicator and these non-existent ones over here. Okay? Don't look at volume. Volume will fool you. Look at the Williams indicator. Williams indicator measures acceleration. So, and it's only measuring the buying. It's not measuring the selling. You can get fooled on the sell volume. These aren't telling you how much is buying and how much is selling. Obviously, this is more buying than selling. Obviously, this is more selling than buying. However, there was a whole lot of buying going on against that selling. But here, this thing was free to just sell right into oblivion. There was no buying going on during here, right? There was no new markets, no new volume coming in, no new something to tell us that this is a bottom. We are going to skip this entry. We are going to look for a new entry right down here and moving on. Bag holder, anyone? That's what you're going to be if you keep buying this market, right? Can we get a bounce off of this? I think we pretty much soared right through it at this point. Not interested. Where's our real entry point? Well, it might be here. Okay. Possibility for the first entry point is here, where we see a previous channel developing, but we really do need a solid bounce, because look at this. Look at where the real market bottom is. It's way down there. Well, this is a silly situation. We need to wait before we do any entry into this market. ZEC and GNT. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we've certainly seen some manipulation of this market, but I do think we have a long-term trend forming, and I do think Zcash has interesting fundamentals. So I give it +1 for its fundamentals, and I do think we are seeing a long-term trend being respected. Okay. So what we're seeing here is the market opened at somebody's somebody's wet dream, and then came 20 Bitcoin. What the fuck? It's what they were thinking, right? We came all the way back down to 0.05, which is a much more reasonable price for something, right? This is somebody's wet dream, and somebody actually bought it thinking that they were smart. You're not. You need to wait until you see a market bottom, okay? What's more is, do we know this is a market bottom? No, not really. Can it go up and then come down further? Yeah. We need to really wait for a double test of something. Can we get a double test of something? Yes, we can. Where is it? It's right here. First double test right here. This is the first double test of a bottom. Okay. After that, we bounced off. Could we get a bounce? Yes, sir. I think we found our bottom. This is a great entry point for this coin, especially if you believe in this long-term trend right here via the fundamentals, because you really don't have anything to go off of. We are poised for entry into this coin right off the bounce off the bottom here. We're getting a little bit of spike, but I would absolutely allow for room to run all the way back down to here. This would be our re-entry point for right here. But be prepared to double up again well beyond that 2, 3, 4 times if you need to. This is a 0.001 entry. Last coin, GNT. BTC. Golem. Prediction markets, huh? I think that's what a Golem is. Same thing. A lot of these coins look exactly the same because they were launched via the same ICO craze, which has fueled them into their, into their market fever, which are absolutely nice opportunities unless you're a bag holder up here and then you don't have the ability to double up down here because you thought this was going to go on forever. It's not, right? Small position sizes. It will keep you sane, and it will keep you safe, and it will keep you profitable. Don't be a bag holder. Just don't do it. 0.001. That's what we're looking for. Okay? Don't be a bag holder. Did we get a nice spike here? Could we have doubled up here? Yeah, we could have on 001. Real easy. Double up. Nice spike off the volume. Do we double up again? Yeah. Look at this ramping. We wait for this ramping to come down. Double up. Right there. Okay. Do we get a nice double test of a bottom? Yes, we did. This was a valid. We were waiting for a double test or a triple test to buy. This would have been our buy entry right here off this nice ramp up. So if you were a bag holder right here and then right here again, you would have just let this gone through, right? Look at this. This is terrible. Nobody's interested in this. Let it go. Wait for the turnaround on the volume. As long as volume's going up, we've got nowhere to go. Give yourself time. Wait for the new trend to develop. This is the first sign of a new trend right here. This is not a new trend. This is a bad trend. We want to wait for this trend to end. 1, 2, 3. This is a valid sideways trend. Then we got broken. Where did we come down to? I'm betting we came down to here. Oh, sure enough, I was right. Right where resistance previously was became support. Look at these tradable channels right here. These are tradable channels that we can move within. Okay. Oh, if you could mute your mic, please, whoever just joined. It's just you right now. Can you please mute your mic? Thank you very much.
talking to my dad about it the other day because I've been scholarship hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't quite get that mic muted there.
Not necessarily successfully, but I've been scholarship hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh my goodness, I need to kick somebody here.
The thing that's kind of been getting me is because obviously they're talking about taking out a loan for school and whatnot, and in some ways I feel like that might be inevitable, right? However,
whoever is talking, and if you could please mute your audio.
It was completely impossible.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I was saying that this looks like a solid entry point because we definitely do have a bounce off of, what appears to be a long-term trend, but I would trade carefully. This is a situation where we really don't know a long-term where this can go. The opportunity here is definitely very tentative, and we really need to study the fundamentals of this market more and plan accordingly, because this is not in the top 10 market cap. We definitely do see some nice volume on this, and we definitely do see some opportunities, but I would treat this entry incredibly carefully. And if you really were a bag holder all the way down here, and you're doubling up, God save your soul, because this is a tough market to trade, and these are tough ones to get into when you're at the very peak. And this is why I swear to you that small position sizing will save your life. It will save your portfolio. It will save your trading career, and it will turn you into a profitable trader in no time if you remain disciplined to the plan the trade, and trade the plan. Thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate your time.